Hey yo, what is going on everybody on YouTube? This is your boy EmeryReigns, and as you guys can see, I did change the name to my gaming channel. It's called EmeryGames now because I do have two YouTube channels. One channel is going to be focused on gaming, and the other channel is going to be focused on all of my police and fitness and general content. With that said, here's some more Tekken content for you guys. Again, as I was saying, I'm going to be diving into Tekken a lot more than I did before. Now again, guys, the stuff that I'm about to talk about are things that I've heard high and top level Tekken players talk about as well. This isn't just stuff that I feel like, oh, I don't like this because it's in Tekken, I don't like Tekken because of this reason. But there's actually three main topics I want to talk about as far as my dislikes about Tekken go. And the first character I want to start with is Devil Jin. So, the first thing that I want to talk about in this game that I kind of dislike are going to be the lows. And I know a lot of people might actually hear that and think like, oh, that's a really scrubby mindset to have. Especially when obviously lows are pretty much the main way to open people up in this game. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to like it just because that's the way you open people up. So as you guys know, most of the time in DOA, when a low hits you, most of the time it's going to be negative. As you can see in this game, you have lows like that that leave you at -1. Which -1 for a low to be hitting you is actually very good, especially when you have 10 frame jabs in this game. So obviously that, that 10 frame jab becomes 11 frames, which means that unless the person is doing an attack fast enough, faster than 11 frames, they're not going to beat you out unless it's going to crush highs. But then also, again, that's when the mix-up comes into play. So again, I understand why lows are as good as they are, but I mean, again, Devil Jin's down 3 is just one example of what I'm talking about. Outside of lows that give you pretty good frame advantage or disadvantage, there's a lot of lows in this game that actually launch you and you can get full combos from. So again, you have a couple of different lows in this game. You have lows that are called hell sweeps, and hell sweeps are pretty much unreactable lows. Some of these hell sweeps can actually give you full combos, which I'll show you guys right now. So as you guys can see, I just got a 74 damage combo off. And again, this is not on counter hit. I just got a 74 damage combo off of one low sweep. And I want you guys to look at how fast that is. That's a 16 frame move. Now, from my knowledge, the human eye cannot start to react to moves until I would say like 21 or 22 frames, maybe even like 20. 20 is actually pushing it. I would say like 21. But even still, you're not reacting to something that's 16 frames. That's absolutely ridiculous. And again, in this game, they have movement that can make you actually have to guess between a hell sweep and a mid. For example, like you can wave dash in someone's face and make them guess whether you're going to do a mid or a low or not. And as you can see, that is obviously going to create some kind of crazy mix-up because, again, I can always wave dash and hit you with a forward 4-2, or I can wave dash and hit you with some crazy shit like up 4 and then go into my mix-up from there. You know what I'm saying? So, the mix-up is there with the wave dash and the ability to be able to hit somebody with the 16-frame low sweep. There's some lows in this game that don't launch you but give you a lot of frame advantage. Like, as you can see, Devil Jin's down back 2 is 22 frames and to give him +3. +3 is actually really good, especially because it leaves you so close to your opponent. Now, again, 22 frames is definitely reactable. I'd say it's more on the reactable side, so you're not always going to get hit by this, especially offline. But again, you have a 16-frame low that absolutely launches you. And there's nothing you can do about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely say that the lows in Tekken are definitely a little too strong. But again, if you guys think about it, in DOA, unless you're neutral throwing someone, you cannot break throws. In this game, you can break every single throw unless you're back turned or from the side, I believe. So with that said, it's not really that easy to open people up in Tekken unless you do moves on block to give you frame advantage. Like his forward gives you frame advantage on block. That's a high, but even still, you can open people up by doing frame advantage and then poking them with like a down 3, stuff like that. So the next thing that I want to talk about that I kind of dislike about Tekken, and again, this is something that's in DOA as well in my opinion, not really so much the wall carry, but definitely the damage output on some of the combos. And some of these characters like the Mishimas, obviously they're going to do a lot of damage because they have high execution, but characters like Fakumram, who require no execution at all, do way too much fucking damage. When you look at a character like Fakumram, you kind of wonder, like, it can't get much worse than this. Then again, you look at characters like Kazuya at the highest level, and you see the execution comes into play and the damage. Devil Jin hurts. Akuma obviously does ridiculous damage. You look at these characters, and you're kind of like, dude, like, why the fuck, not only am I getting carried across the map, but why are these combos doing so much damage? So with Fakumram, I'm going to show you guys a pretty staple combo with Fakumram, and I'm going to show you, how much damage some of these combos can actually do with some of these characters. So I want you guys to pay attention exactly how far this combo carries him as well. Not only with the damage too, but... So that combo just did 102, and that was without rage, and that was just some random shit that I just did. Look at this shit. 126 damage, and I carried him across the entire fucking stage. Now again, Falcon Rom obviously hurts, but there's characters in the game that actually do more damage than that and have better wall carry, like Master Raven. Josie hurts really bad. Look guys, I'm not trying to shit on Tekken or anything, okay? You guys know I like Tekken, you guys know I play Tekken more than I play DOA at this point. And the system is definitely not the same as DOA. I do prefer DOA's system when it comes to certain aspects, but I definitely will say the Tekken system is a lot more unforgiving than DOA's is. Obviously, the game is very, very difficult to learn, but I definitely do prefer Dead or Alive's core system. But with that said, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a comment, a like, and a subscribe if you're new by any chance, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.